Hello, my name is Norman Tarantino. I'm here in northeastern Pennsylvania. I used to be a professional wrestler in another lifetime. I managed a lot of different wrestlers in my career working with the National Wrestling Federation, which allowed me to travel around the world. When I was doing a show very early in my career, I was performing in Latham, New York, managing a wrestler against Sergeant Slaughter, in which I had Sergeant Slaughter in a full Nelson against the ring ropes. My guy hit him, Sarge got off, I got flying off the ring apron. Instead of landing on the ground outside the ring, I bounced off the stage and went into a set of stairs and injured my back, and I've had problems with S4 and L5 in my back for many, many years. So now I'm going to be getting a laparoscopy surgery, if I can say it right, on my back on the 10th of May 2025, in which they're going to be removing part of my L1 and S1 vertebrae to relieve the pressure that goes against my legs and all those nerve pains I've had. Pretty much constant pain, especially at night. I've been taking some Lyrica, which helps to relieve the pain from my legs, but it keeps coming back, and I'm going to be going through this surgery so I can walk and stand without the pain that I've been going through for many, many years. So it seems that after all the work and all the research, I'm getting this surgery. I'm going to take a chance at what's going on. I was always scared about back surgery, but after seeing what Tiger Woods could do and after all the back surgeries he has and still being go out and playing at the Masters and win after back surgery, I might as well look into it and give it a shot. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to try to comment and let you see what goes on in my getting my back surgery done. I have to start dieting some things before the surgery. I'm going to be going under general anesthesia for the surgery. And then I'm going to be going to Geisinger to get the work done, staying at least overnight in Geisinger, and then coming back and starting rehab to go through what I can do. I'm going to be told I can't lift any more than 10 pounds after I get the surgery. I'm not going to be able to bend over because that's going to put pressure on the back where the surgery was. But I'm going to let you know what's going on, try to document it here, as I'm probably starting some things here on YouTube after just posting the video of the last performances of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bay the Elephants years ago on Facebook. I'm going to try to start doing this. I wanted to start doing and building something outside. I just try to comment about the world of politics as well as I go through my life here. I'm a big fan of the president. I've worked for Donald Trump from the first time he announced that he was running for president originally back in 2014. I have got one of the first t-shirts saying Trump for president. I went to a Republican event and some people couldn't really get their picture taken with me because of the t-shirt at the time, but then they became fans of Donald Trump. One of them ended up becoming a congressman, and I got to walk around, and people were surprised I was supporting President Trump back in those days. But I'm glad to see him back as president, and I am enjoying the work him and Elon Musk are trying to do to control the expenses and get our country in order and save money for everybody. There is always a little bit of a bump before you get over the hurdle, and this is what's going on. And people just has to give the president time to do what he needs to do. It's been less than 100 days, and things don't happen overnight. Even though the president said, I can do things in one day, he now realized that some things take a little more time to finesse, and that's what we're seeing on here. And that's the same thing with my going my back. It took me a while of getting injections, getting pain shots, going through rehab, getting something that was almost like a spinal tap to relieve pressure on my back and put some medication down. But that ended up giving me some adding weight to my body and different things I didn't like. So I changed the type of medication I was getting and stopped the spinal tap injections and was just going on with getting the basic therapy that I was getting, aquatherapy, which I was getting a lot of work with in Hazelton Wellness Center. I love going in and getting the aquatherapy, being that I'm a tall guy, being at almost 6'4", and going 240 plus pounds. that it makes it so much easier to work and be on the treadmill in the water. I can be on that treadmill in the water for almost a half hour or longer, and it doesn't bother me at all. I just feel like I'm taking a nice leisurely walk, and there's no real pain in my legs while I'm using the treadmill in the water or doing any exercises in the water. So I have to thank Gene, my aquatherapist, a lot for all the work he's done and how he's helped me out. And I can't wait to get the surgery and get back into the pool once I heal and try to do some more work in there. Maybe I can bring the speed of the treadmill up once I'm in the pool after my surgery. But these are all things that I've gone through. I just hope you will watch. Let me explain to you how I feel about the world. I also am a judge of elections here in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, in the 8th Ward. I've worked for the elections every time that President Trump has won, either as a state constable or as a judge of elections at my polling place. And it's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate being able to work and help people out and run the elections. In fact, I have to take a class so I can be certified for the upcoming election in May, and I will be working that election again in May. And I enjoyed helping out and working at the polls. You people who are in here in Pennsylvania who are hearing this, call your local election bureau. If you're in Hazleton, drop me an email. I can guide you to what to do, because I can always use some help in the 8th Ward, and you get almost $200 for the day for coming down and working at the election. Plus, you get $20 for your training, so you get a nice paycheck for working for the elections for a day. And it's very easy. You're sitting most of the day, except some of the machine operators who are moving around doing things. But I have a good staff of people that work with us, and we get the elections moving as quickly as possible. Of course, the last election was a little slower because we had people constantly coming in to vote. And as soon as I saw the tally come up from our machine at the polling places in Hazleton, I knew that Donald Trump was going to be elected as the next president because he won our ward very handily. And I know that a lot of people were coming in just to vote for him. And we have a large Hispanic population in the 8th Ward, and a lot of them were coming in just to vote for President Trump. I had an old Hispanic lady came who she just was voting on an emergency ballot, and she came in, she filled out in front of me, she said, I just want to vote for President Trump. She marked the ballot in front of me, I put it in the machine, and I saw somebody came in just to vote for the president and to really go out of their way to do such. And that's the type of people that we have wanting to see the president we have. And I understand that with the stuff for my Medicaid, I can get the surgery that I'm getting, and I'm looking forward to it. It's been a lot of fun. I've went through a lot of things in my crazy life, and I'll try to explain them to you as I'm talking to you here on YouTube. And I hope some people will watch. Like my channel, drop me a note. Subscribe, because we're going to be starting something very soon, and hopefully I get some sponsors in the future. So this is Norman Tarantino, again talking about documenting my laparoscopy of my back and what's going to be happening with it, and that'll be happening on the 10th of this month. And also try to comment about politics and some of the different things that are going on in our country. So I'm going to try to see how I can make something happen as a YouTube personality. So hopefully you'll subscribe or at least like my videos. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.